Hello, everyone. I'm Rob Smith of the In the Black Quant Edge VTF here, T3 Live, with this week's market wrap up. And what can you say, baby? Still going. And here you can see the SPY 30, and you can see still, even when they try and bring it in, still putting in a higher series of lows and walking up. And more importantly, here, if you take a look at that monthly, this is something you want to know about. Is an outside month range extension momentum hammer. And what that means is that old Brexit gave them the business down here, comes back up. And so anytime that we're trading above the weekly opening and the daily opening and the 60 opening, this momentum hammer is in full force. And what that's showing me is ill-timed Brexit shorts, big guys still trying to get out with natural buyers coming in. So far so good. What we can look for is combinations thereof that would help give that thing a boost. And so when we're really rocking like we were a few times this week, here you can see yesterday this momentum hammer here on the 60 and the monthly. Boom, ill-timed shorts, because what that means is this drop down like this came back up, which means anybody shorting into this here, guess where the stops go? Right here. And when it comes back up through here, we know that we have full time frame counting to the upside. This tells us we've got natural buyers and off to the races. Then it expired, and then you had all this business going inside. And so if we're going to roll over, what are we going to do? We're going to go inside on the 60 right there. Boom, that gave a nice little move to the downside. And then this morning, here you go, another hammer and right back up towards the high. So long as this, we're running out a month though, but so long as this was intact, no reason to believe market was going down. If you go to QQQ, here also on that hammer up, and on the dailies you're just seeing a lot of this stuff kind of stall out though. I mean, really just doing the creeper, especially the small cappers. Look at this, what a mess. They're doing nothing. And but it's not going down. It's these tight triangles you'll see in here if you look close enough. Slight lower low, slight higher high, slight lower low, slight higher high, until it can get out of there. But when all is said and done, closes green on the week. You can't argue with that, because you got the Dow Jones Diamonds here going green again here, monthly hammer, momentum, and now inside day here to start off. And you can see this range here just really drying up. And so the question is, they tried the upside, they tried a little bit of the downside yesterday. Now inside day, how do we get out of this? So far so good. We'll see. We got a lot of evidence, because a lot of people will only look at a broader average and say it's overbought, it has to go down, which is not true, because if you go through the S&P, you're going to take a look and say, are we reaching equilibriums? Where have we slowed enough to make an equilibrium break to the upside? And certainly we have. This week we got FAS going inside on the week. You got XLF inside week. All right, and so if these want to continue here, you can see here on the FAS, you're going to see stop them out. You're going to see the higher highs here. And so here you got the inside week potentially shooting back up into there. You got the FAS, here same deal. And so you can have your Citicorp, your JP Morgan. Visa looks good on this here, watching this weekly broadening formation here after the inside week calls the low there. Now we'll see if that can get up through there with the little FAS help. You're also going to start off the week as, that's right, momentum hammer on the highs. So we'll see. Things can change over the weekend. Like I said, these could break to the downside, and that would also lead us to the exhaustion of the momentum hammer and coming into the new month. We also have the transports going inside on the week here, right there. And so we can see this. If we can project through that, that'd be very nice there too. So over there, you got FedEx as an inside week. You got UPS as an inside week. You got Delta. And then if you look at the airlines themselves, American Airlines going momentum weekly hammer. Alaska Air the same. So if you go back to that American Airlines, you're going to see this. And one of the mechanics of why this is going to work, when I said they have a chance to cover their shorts and they didn't do it, and it comes back up on them like that. If you were trying to short this thing yesterday and said, aha, it's going to roll over, I got the top, and it pops back up like this and doesn't go down, and then comes in like this, so you feel pretty good about yourself, and then yet powers back up, that's a daily momentum hammer, weekly momentum hammer. Take it into the highs, going to stick it to you. So be aware of that. We've got also gold going inside day here, and an unprecedented for something so volatile nugget goes inside day. So certainly going to watch those breaks to see if this inside day break here went down, then now inside day to see if it comes back up to fill that gap, or continuation move of that gap down on the upside. Might keep an eye on old Newmont, because Newmont didn't break barely at all here, and you'll see this, and you'll see this, and you're going to see this momentum hammer on the weekly if gold keeps going back up. If we take a look at a few of those other metals, you also have FCX going inside week, and if that goes to the upside, that is a monthly rev strat. What that means is an inside bar tried to break, countered, and closes, opens and closes back in here to the upside. So you'd still have that in force with an inside week to the upside. We saw that too in like the Microsoft here, rev strat month going, and then inside day to the upside here, right there. Now it didn't go gangbusters, but it didn't go down now either, did it? So we can take a look at those. So another thing that happens, XLE goes inside on the week. And so XLE inside week with the crude oil backing off. So so either the oil can recover and the stocks were too strong to drop with the underwire, or they're going to start to join the party and drop off. And unfortunately, the problem with going after the oils at this point is it's pretty handily looking like an inside month. Doji doing nothing. So I'm going to be careful over there. But if you do look at some of them, I was talking about last week, the refiners. And if you sometimes you can get caught in things that are just still too tight to move. And what I mean by that is, if you look at Valero, and you'll see this inside week goes up, would be a rev strat to the downside. So with Tesoro, right? And then if you take a look at PSX, it went to the downside and back up, and then HFC stays right in the middle. So HFC would be the neutrality one. But the reason you can have a divergence like that is things are just too tight. And so what I mean by that is if you go to like a Valero 30-minute chart, you're going to see this. See it like this. So here this, although that looks like a big range, it really isn't. So Tesoro here. So this business in here, when you get into a tight broadening formation here, here's your inside 30 calls the high, 30 hammers calls the low. This, although it looks big on this screen, is really not that big. But next week, if we break either side, I'm certainly going to look at that HFC because that stayed neutral. If we go to the upside, I can look at that. I'm going to look at that on either side, but you can watch how those rev strats play out. But sometimes these triangles just need to get bigger. And another good example of that was today is if you look at GILD. GILD going to get killed in here, right? He's going to get murdered in here. And I was looking at it in here, and people were asking me about that on the 15. I said, see this? This triangle right in here, this needs to grow. And it did. And it still needs to get a lot bigger. Even this was not that much, although it looks like it. But on the grander scheme of things, still doji weak. An inside day to day, doing nothing. Now, conversely, if you go look at BIIB, now we're talking. All right, now the things grows and gets bigger. And if you look at that weekly, you see what I'm talking about here. You're going to get murdered in here. But then once the thing starts going, now the broadening formation gets bigger, and now the moves are a little juicier to get to a piece of. In the IBB stuff, let me looking at EW here. Just be EW here goes inside week. Here, and if it can break through that, is also the rev strat month here, inside bar countered and up. So I've been keeping an eye on that. Another thing about these triangles that you want to know about, like when earnings are coming out, like SWKS or whatever, here you want to know about where the price is in connection to these. So if something goes awry, you're gonna get killed. Here you go, higher high, lower low, higher high, lower low, higher high. Oh, let's announce earnings. I wouldn't do that if I were you. Bam, right back in the middle. And so it's in the grander scheme of things, it's just coming back to somewhat of a doji month, doing nothing really. But if you get caught on the wrong side of that, you're going to get killed. Also, like when you see people saying the market's overbought and trying to short the broader average, it's not really something you want to be doing. You want to short something that's going down. So like today, VRX, real simple. If you go to VRX, you got an inside day breaking to the downside here, and then it gave you plenty of time to go after the inside 60, down, inside 60, measured move completed, and closes at an inside 60. So I'm going to go through a lot more of this, and I do it every week. So you can join me at my YouTube, Smith in the Black, all one word. I also tweet it out, at Rob in the Black. I put it on the VTF so everybody can see the complete breakdown, because you're really doing yourself a disservice if you're only looking at the broader averages and you're not breaking it down. So I do that for you. So I hope everybody had a great week and has a great weekend. I'm Rob Smith of the In the Black Quant Edge VTF here at T3 Live with this week's Market Wrap-Up.